Welcome everyone to Anime Aftershows, the show where we talk and discuss about various animes, typically sometime after they air. Today we are talking about Healin'Good Precure episode 21. I am your host Nanohero, and joining with me like always is Adam from Azenzone. Welcome.
Hey, how's it?
So yeah, you might be noticing what the major change you guys are going to be noticing is we are no longer doing these live, so they're not going to be pre-recorded. It's going to be same format, just instead of hitting the go live button, I'm just hitting the record button and editing a bit and then drawing it up. So yeah, so hopefully you guys will be okay with that, and I think it will lead to better content. But how do you feel about us going this new direction, Adam?
No problem for me. It gives me a little more time to sleep.
You don't sleep?
I sleep, yeah, no. Sometimes I'm an early riser, but then I have a hard time going back to sleep. It's complicated stuff.
Yeah, my sleep schedule. Oh my god, it's actually falling on track right now. So as long as I don't fall asleep, go back to sleep today, I think I'll be good. Because it's hard to get. Because my problem is I sleep all day and then I'm not tired at night and stuff. So, so I'm working on fixing my sleep schedule. So yeah, we're doing this new format. Also, I'm gonna try to eventually get some of our past episodes on audio. I've just been lazy and I don't know. I mean, the YouTube should probably be the focus anyways. Best platform to grow up, but there might be audio only listeners, so I don't want to forget about those people. But we're still learning and figuring things out. So, but yeah, we are here to talk about Precure. So, feeling good. So we don't have any Precure news to talk about. At least I don't think we do. Do we?
Kira Precure All the Mode got added to Crunchyroll.
What got added to Crunchyroll?
Kira Precure All the Mode.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually did not hear about this.
That's because they didn't make a big deal of it. It's apparently in its entirety here.
Wait, what? Oh, how? I'm so confused.
Don't ask me, dude. I think Crunchyroll has a lot of other things to worry about these days, so they didn't really make a big deal out of it.
Wait, what? Huh? I kind of want to talk about this now. I mean, we will talk about the episode, but yeah, let's talk. Why? Okay, so I mean, I hate giving Crunchyroll a hard time. They're not all bad people. I think Crunchyroll is one of the better Western anime companies. Okay, but so because you they would still have to subtitle all 49 of these episodes, right?
Unless they took some fan subs and just put them on, but yeah, I guess so. But they still have to of course, format and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, so they had time to do that, but they don't have time to do the first 14 or 12 of that.
12 episodes of Healin'Good.
Yeah, which is the current one, which you think would be the priority. I've never seen Q mode, so it could be a good show. I know you probably have some opinions on it, but
yeah, whatever I think about it, I'm just that happened. The only reaction it's getting out of me is that happened.
But I don't know. That one like feels like an odd choice. Like if they were gonna do like an older one, I thought they would just go like one season before and like do Star Twinkle, but they chose La Mode. Like,
Yeah.
Is that a good choice? Is
If you want my just like opinion, it's a very season, and even then, it's not a huge one like say Star Twinkle, which at least has like you could say is a anniversary season, or Hugto, which is the big anniversary season, has like big crossover.
Well, at least
two-parter.
At least like with Star Twinkle, it's still recent enough. It's probably still has a good following for it. You know, this one, while I'm sure it probably has its following, it's probably kind of died out by now.
It's like and it just came up on apparently Thursday. I didn't even realize since why I didn't talk about it in my latest review.
Did they not make this tweet? Like what the? Hold on, I'm gonna you keep talking about stuff. I'm gonna do some Googling and see if anyone like talked about this.
Anime News Network talked about it, but I think it just flew under the radar. There's not even discussion about it on their forums.
Yeah, like
it's a very low.
I mean, of course, there's a Crunchyroll news announcement, but this site talked about it. Ramen Paradox, never heard of. Anime UK News, Anime News Network. What about like YouTube videos? Did this really?
I think it flew under all of our radars, really. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I think even if I knew about this, I wouldn't really talk about it because they didn't really talk about it.
I mean, it's at least it seems like people are being more aware of Precure, so I mean, it's good in that sense. But like, I don't know. Like, I think it would be better if they hype it up. But like, how do you hype up like an older show? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah, an older show that's like, it's an oddly older show because, let's see, there's Kira, Kira Hug. It's an odd one because it's 3 years old, I think. So that's like, it's not 1 or 2, which you could kind of say is a little bit more familiar in everyone's head still yet. But 3, that's the odd one out.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I don't know why they went with that. Again, I don't know why they went with that one, or even of course, the more well-known series like Hard Catch. It's just like.
I mean, we might get that eventually too, out of nowhere, but yeah, it doesn't look like anyone made a YouTube video on this.
Because no one talked about it, because no one really brought it up, because.
Well, I know what clip I'm uploading today. Hey, no one's talking about this. We're talking about. Let's clip it. Let's like get
go for it, dude.
That like clout, you know.
Sure.
But like I'm okay. So if you which show would you if you were Crunchyroll, if you were in charge of Crunchyroll? Oh, congrats by the way, being in charge of Crunchyroll now. But if you were in charge of Crunchyroll, what would you do?
Panic because we're currently because AT&T is probably thinking of selling us or something.
Okay, I'm talking about Precure, man. Like that's a
yeah. Okay, all right. If I had been in charge of Crunchyroll, I would have at least tried Star Twinkle or Hugto. At least Star Twinkle because it's at least the second most recent series, or Hugto because it's a big anniversary series that had a 2-parter crossover.
Oh, that crossover.
If I want to, I would go with the most marketable season. At least the most marketable season.
Yeah, I think also Princess could be a good one too.
Yeah, Princess is a season I really love, but yeah, if I were like to choose anyone, it would top 3 would be just for marketing reasons. I'm not speaking of the quality of the show itself,
okay.
But I'm saying Hugto, Star Twinkle, and Hard Catch, which are because it's Star Twinkle for being the most recent, Hakuto for being an anniversary season, and Heartcatch for being the most the one that basically started the renaissance of the Precure shows.
Oh, you don't think Princess is a good marketable one?
It's a great series. I love that one too. But I would say Heartcatch was the one that got a lot of people interested in the franchise.
Well, the reason I say Princess is because of the whole Princess theme, and I feel like that would appeal to a more like Western demographic. Assuming we're still targeting this two little girls, with the whole like Disney princess things and stuff, I feel like the Western little girl demographic could potentially like eat that up.
Problem is that I would say Disney has kind of overmilked that cow.
Yeah, but
maybe it would work, but I would definitely put more. I would put more of my chips on Heartcatch.
Okay, Heartcatch. Me, I don't have much to say. I've only completed one, and that's fresh. I can only like say what looks appealing,
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool to have Maho, because that is one of the ones I'm in the middle of,
Yeah, Maho's not bad. Maho I'm okay with, but but I wouldn't choose Maho because that's again a bit of an odd season to go with.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem I have with Kira is I have my issues with Kira, but if I were just from a pure marketing standpoint, it's an odd one to choose because it's not nearly as fresh in everyone's minds. Well, but I guess I don't know. Maybe it was like the cheapest.
Yeah, it's weird. It just came out of nowhere, but like I guess that's the best you can do. Like it's no show, but like what you're supposed to do. Basically, hey, we're gonna put out this old show in like a week. When since it's a no show, you can just like put it out now. So
Maybe they're trying to do it like the three most recent series, and they're starting with Kira, and we'll do like Hakuto next, but we'll see.
Yeah, that still raises the why we don't have the rest of Healin'Good thing.
Yeah,
that's the part I don't get. Like, you're smarter. Like, do you see a legitimate reason why we don't have it that I'm just not seeing?
I don't know if there's licensing issues or just like they can't get the videos right now or something. I don't know.
Like
they can't get the raw videos or something. I don't know.
I mean, you got the raws of the previous season.
But yeah, I mean, like not just even the TV. Well, what I wanted are like the TV raws. I'm talking like the raws from like directly from Toei itself, higher quality and as high quality as they can get.
Yeah, I mean they were able to get the raws of La Mode from Toei. I don't get how the
that's not too bad because I'm pretty sure they're all available on Blu-ray and that's a format they could use. For Healin'Good, I think they would still need to like get like the direct video like some of the more video at least the cleanest video transfers they can get.
I mean, they're able to get video transfer of like newer episodes. I don't get like I would think like older episodes would be easier, right?
I don't know. Maybe there's like problems with the coronavirus preventing them from getting to their vault or something.
Yeah,
a lot of things.
That's actually something I haven't quite considered, but it's cool. More Precure, I'll probably watch this at some point if I'm not busy. I've been pretty busy lately with everything I'm trying to do, but it's cool we're getting more Precure. But yeah, I didn't even like know about this until you brought it up. So, do you have any final thoughts you want to say about this?
Not too much else. Just that happened like apparently on Thursday.
Yeah, that happened. So that's a thing. Now, yes, there no new like Healin'Good. I don't even know like how many weeks we are like talking about the Healin'Good thing. Though we actually missed a couple of weeks and not like bringing it up, but yeah.
If we're talking about when it originally got to Crunchyroll, the first episode of the episode 13 was put up July 4th of July, June 27th. So that means it's almost been 2 months since Healin'Good was originally put on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can eventually, get things together. So, do you have what the rates that the things are going? Apparently, they're not doing older seasons. Do you think we're just eventually going to see the entirety of like Precure on Crunchyroll eventually?
Hard to say. I think hard to say. I think like there might be. Well, first of all, they have to pay for the license for every individual series, I would imagine. So. Yeah, that's a lot of moolah.
I mean, they went and did La Mode, so
might have been like some kind of package deal for maybe like the most recent 3 or 4 seasons.
Okay,
that's my best assumption.
But then why didn't they do Star Twinkle before La Mode? I'm not. Like, I'm not trying to give, like, Crunchyroll a hard time, because I feel like sometimes I come off too negative, and that's not my point. I think I just, overplay a tad bit. But I just find some of these Precure decisions kind of odd, So. But anyways, you were ready to actually talk about the episode?
Yep.
Okay, so pros. What did you like about the episode?
I thought it was hilarious. The fish out, like, obviously the episode was supposed to be Asumi being the fish out of water, and that kind of story can get a little repetitive with the comedy, but they kind of made it work here because they took at least a few fresh takes on it by like having, for one thing, Asumi isn't so much a fish out of water as she is almost a newly born 20-year-old woman.
She's pretty much a infant, and I like those ideas they played with that.
She doesn't look like an infant because she's taller than, you notice that she's taller than Mrs. Hanadera.
Yeah, and they really haven't quite addressed her age quite yet. Or at least,
it's been confirmed that she's physically 20,
okay.
but still very much.
Well, they haven't said so in the show.
The show, I think, that it's pretty much just a given that she's newly born and technically the youngest.
Well, okay. I mean a fake age,
Her fake age will be 20 probably if they ever want to bring it up.
Yeah.
That's at least the official word of God from Toy itself is that she's physically a 20-year-old woman, and because of that, it's just hilarious. It is hilarious to see her like not even she being overreactive and just having these completely deadpan reactions to stuff like eating food for the first time. I love that when one thing I really loved is that she doesn't have any real big reaction to eating food for the first time because, she doesn't, as far as we can tell, she doesn't actually need sustenance. So, unlike say a baby who will eat anything because they need to eat to grow, she doesn't need to eat anything. So thus, her eating food is just a formality, and she's like, I ate something for the first time. Is that good or bad?
Oh yeah, like I loved a lot of her reactions.
Mm-hmm. Good. So that's good dry humor in my opinion. So that, and again, realistic, and yet still also realistic, because what is she supposed to react to? What is your baseline for good or bad taste? Like we were raised to know what we like as food, but for the first time she's eating stuff, it's just like, so
yeah,
tastes like this.
She has like nothing to
compared to.
Compared to.
So yeah, I really like that aspect of her character. That they're not, and the fact that she's not rushing into becoming more. They're not really rushing into her becoming more human, which was a problem with like a character I mentioned in my review, Ruru from Hugto, who was originally an android, but then like within the span of just a few episodes, she became one of the most emotional and kind of over the top Precure ever.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's funny at first, but then you're like, okay, why is she so interested in food all of a sudden? She's a robot, an android, but whatever. But she's now suddenly a foodie who's like obsessed with trying to eat everything, compared to Asumi, who's like, okay, I ate it. Yeah, ate it. What else am I supposed to do? That's just like that's so much better in my opinion. And another thing that I really liked was of course low thing I also kind of like was Nodaka's parents actually asking why she brought home a 20-year-old woman with her.
Yeah, they actually questioned it, and I thought that was like premature and stuff. Because a lot of times in the show, parents just, okay, she can live with us and don't like question it and stuff.
When she's freaking tall.
Yeah, so that was a pretty cool plot point.
And I think let's see. Oh yeah, and her stuff with Nodako was great. Basically, the normal completely human girl with this physical goddess technically trying to explain why she became a superheroine, even though she has a weak constitution. It's that great kind of it makes the two of them really a great foil. One, a character who was literally created to be a superheroine, and the other one who through her environment was nurtured into becoming one.
Yeah, like one of the themes I really enjoyed this episode is the theme of like purpose. You know, you have one person who was just given a purpose, and another person who learned the purpose.
And if it's nice to have the original trio actually doing villainly stuff again.
Oh yeah.
Like Batsumota might or might not return, but honestly,
may you rest in peace.
Yeah, but right now I think it's better to go back to the original villain trio and have them have their time. Like all of them had at least one really entertaining moment in this episode with Darius, with the best being Darius and him just like taking mega parts from the Mega Byogen and Mega Byogen for later. That's such a smart move.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with that, and the villains are actually being smart. So, and are kind of strategizing a little bit, which I think is pretty neat and cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's basically all the good stuff I have to say. Go ahead.
Okay, so what did I like about the episode? So I'll take it kind of scene by scene, like I always do. So I like how in the not the opening, but the little like title call thing they showed that they had like Earth's like being playing during that title call sequence, and that they had like a little nice little recap of how Earth became Earth. You know, I thought that was a nice little cute like transition. And I like how the beginning of this episode, it was like pretty hilarious. I can't say words. Is it pronounced Asami or Asumi?
Asumi.
Okay, Asami. Okay, I like how Asami's just like chilling. Doesn't really like care that she doesn't like have a place to live. She's like, all right, I'm okay, you know. And I like how the kids have like a delayed reaction that Asami probably doesn't have like a place to live. Like just the expressions on the face that was hilarious. I really liked it. Like this episode had like a lot of good comedy in it, a lot of just like hilarious reactions to how like Asami behaves,
just
and
the idea that this hot woman is gonna try and lie down in the middle of the road was hilarious.
yeah, just some like hilarious reactions, and I just love how like Asami like has no common sense. It's like so precious and adorable. Like she's pretty much like a lost little puppy. You know, you just can't help but kind of feel sorry and want to like help them. You know, like it was so adorable, and oh my god, so probably one of my favorite like comedic and moments like from Asami was her trying to use chopsticks.
Yes, that. And she had the glass, and then just because she failed, she put on the that classic glass mask face.
Yeah, like I found that was hilarious. Though that was actually pretty surprising that she was like actually pretty decent using a fork. You know, I mean, though she's never seen a fork, so a fork should be just as difficult for her as a chopstick because they're both like new to her, you know.
Yeah, she meant to have like at least the idea of like hitting something. So
okay,
I would imagine with a weapon. I think the Earth like just gave her mostly fighting skills and basic knowledge. So
yeah,
I think basic tool. She was able to at least kind of use the chopstick. So I think to that degree, just to be able to use the chopstick to that degree is at least something.
Yeah. Hey, I still can't use chopsticks, man. I tried. Like, I have a broken one, man. And I still have it. I kept it as, like, a souvenir. Don't ask why. I got my hobbies, okay?
Sure.
I got my hobbies, man.
Ever.
You know, I might start a collection of broken chopsticks.
Go for it.
But, yeah, so like how like this episode is about Asami experiencing things for the first time, and it could be any like comparison to Notica, who also kind of experienced things for the first time because she was ill for so many years, but how they approach that with these two characters, I think is pretty interesting, and there are some like similarities and nice like parallels to be made. So I also like I really love that like moment when like Notica is sleeping and Asami is having that conversation with Raburin.
Yeah.
Of how Noka was sick and how she always tries and help people. I thought it was a pretty nice like conversation. We can see Asami connect with Nodoka. We see that more when Nodoka pretty much saved Asami's life, but I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have died. Like I'm pretty sure she would have survived that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it wasn't Truck-kun, so I think she would have survived a blow from a Kia.
Yeah, I don't know. You can never trust IKEA though, you know.
I was never impressed by that car, just to be honest.
What?
I always thought it was a kind of would-be car, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, she probably would have been safe. But the point is, like, Asami has to act like a human, you know? She can't just be walking, and then, like, jumping super high to save herself, you know? And plus, she was, like, holding Latte with her, so if she would have gotten hit, Latte might have gotten hurt, so
yeah,
you know, there was also that. but that kind of transition to another. So after that like incident, Asami starts like asking Noka about her purpose and stuff, why she saved it. Is it because she was a precure and stuff? And this episode, like one of the themes, it deals with is like purpose, because you've asked me who was pretty much just create and given purpose of like saving Latte and like serving the earth, and you had Nodoka who's kind of chosen her purpose through her like experiences, and that kind of is another theme of like becoming who you are based on your purposes. Because at the end of this episode, Asami's still pretty kind of like emotionless, though she's slowly starting to develop more of a personality. So right through her experience and stuff and having to deal with more experiences, she probably will develop a personality.
Yeah.
And I guess a couple more things I've written down. One, I do think it was pretty cool her parents like questioning it, because a lot of these kind of episodes we see in other shows, like the parents don't really question. They're just like, oh, you got a mysterious friend we have no idea about, who apparently won't talk about parents or don't have parents. Okay, that's cool. Nothing strange there.
Yeah.
So I like how they are questioning. Though I think what makes this case a lot different is because Asami does appear to look a lot older than Nodoka, so it does look strange. So probably is important that she that they investigate. Though I think kind of find it interesting they were asking about Asami's parents, even though Asami probably looks like an adult.
She does, but at the same time, she's 20, so that's kind of at least still in college.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's about. I'm still with my parents, so you know. But.
Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, and I guess I'll end off. Nodoka is such a good person.
Yeah.
You know, she really would want to help Asami, and she's always wanting to like help people, no matter how hard she's like pushing herself. And I think that is a good like track. So not track. Why did I say track? That makes no sense. Trait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Those are my thoughts. Anything you want to add or question me about? Interrogate me.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Because you are allowed to argue with me, you know. But anyways, so let's talk about our negatives then.
Okay, first one, Mitsuru Aoyama animated episode.
Is that the one animator you don't like that you think the toys should just get rid of, or no?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think you should get rid of him. I just consider him to be like the McDonald's animator of toy.
But he is the guy who did the festival episode, right?
Festival episode? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's like the festival episode. Yeah, maybe. I think he was that guy. Basically, his thing is just that all of his animation, I imagine, is cheap and consistent, but is also not all that high quality. So McDonald's.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything good at McDonald's, so I think that's a harsh comparison. You know, I don't know. There was a time I liked McDonald's. Like, I don't even like the chicken nuggets like anymore that much. And the chicken nuggets used to be the one thing I really liked from them, but
depends on the location, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Arizona just doesn't have good McDonald's.
But yeah, point is that his animation, it always just looks the same. Like, especially in this battle, if you like saw some of the running animations, like that just did not look good. It's like,
yeah, like I said, I'm terrible at like analyzing animation. That's why you're here. You can talk about that stuff. I really can't.
It's just you just have to look at it sometimes. If there's like if it looks like something is repeating too much, then that's a sign of bad animation. Like the kick, like the very first kick that they did, you could see like they all had the same expressions and were all in the same position. That's not good animation. But yeah, Mitsuru Aoyama it's just like bad. So I can overlook some bad animation if the story is good enough, and yeah, the story here kind of made up for it, but still, bad animation is bad animation.
I mean, do you think like bad animation can ruin an episode?
Sure.
Even if the episode has like a very amazing story?
Kind of did for Gurren Lagann.
Okay, one episode. It was one episode.
It was one episode and a very important one since it introduced Kitan.
Oh, that was the episode he was introduced, wasn't it? But the rest of the show was still pretty good. You know? It didn't kill the series.
But would you say it was a good episode? In spite of having Kitan's debut.
I don't think it's a terrible episode, but I wouldn't blame someone for skipping the episode.
But you can't because it's Kitan, because it introduces Kitan, one of the most important characters of the show.
They got recaps. I think. Did Gurren Lagann do recaps? I can't remember.
They had technically two. One that wasn't supposed to be a recap episode, but that's a different subject matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aoyama just gets used. I think Aoyama just gets used because it's cheap and they have no other choice sometimes. It's unfortunate, but I'll still complain about it either way. Other negative, I would say, yeah. Asumi is growing on me, but I do think that she's still a little overpowered.
Yeah,
you know, seeing it.
Yeah, I'm starting to, but I think it's intentional. I think they're setting something up with that, though.
Yeah, maybe next week they might have something.
Yeah, I feel like they're doing that because they're setting up to a point where she's gonna lose a lot of her, like, power or something like that.
Yeah, because right now, like, Chiyu and Hinata were barely in this episode, and when they were fighting, they just used their elemental balls and shot them normally. And it's like, thanks for contributing, girls. Let's go back to focusing on these two.
And then when
your paychecks are in the mail.
Then when like a moment when Noriko was gonna contribute, Asumi was like, no, I got this. You know,
you have to show off the new toy.
Yeah, we got advertiser toy. We're on a pandemic. We need to get those toy sales up. I mean, even though we probably should make a red screen figurine and maybe a plushie of like Rubber in those PJs, but no, we got advertise the cool looking weapon.
The most expensive weapon too.
What's the price tag on it?
I don't know. I could look it up, but
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my other negatives I have. Let's see. Nothing too much else besides that. Just like Asumi is a little bit too overpowered and bad animation. Those are my two biggest gripes. You can go ahead.
Okay, so one of them I pretty much only had like two. One was I like I said, I am starting to see the Asumi overpowered, but like I said, I feel like they're doing that because they're gonna set up for a future episode where she is not as powerful. So because it does feel like they're intentionally making her overpowered, and I'm hoping they're doing it to serve a good story reason. If it leads to a good story and plot point, you know, I don't think it's a big deal. But if it's just to be overpowered, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, I wish we would have gotten more interaction between Asami and Hinata and Chiyu. Because we mostly got interactions between Asami and Nodoka. I can't say words. Nodoka and Asami and Rabarin.
Yeah, I think what it is like this is going to be like basically a mini arc where she interacts with each of the cures individually. So next week it's going to be 2 by the looks of it.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I will say it would be nice to have a little bit more interactions to build up. So like her hanging out with Shiyu next week.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my 2 negatives. I didn't really pick up on bad animation, unlike some other people in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
or trying to sell a retail $60 toy.
Okay, that's actually not that bad.
Not that bad.
But there's been more expensive toys that Toei has tried to sell us, especially from a certain other series.
Yeah. I will say Sentai and Kamen Rider toys are a lot more expensive. So
Oh man, like I want to get like a Kamen Rider driver one of these days, but man, they're expensive, man. Unless you get them for like the newest series, you know.
You can always try eBay.
Yeah. I'll probably try like eBay because I want to get one for like goddammit, X8 and Kamen Rider build, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's also you don't need to necessarily go for the main rider. You can go for some of the secondary drivers.
Nah.
Yeah, might be a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you like the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, back on subject. It's anything else you have to say about negatives?
Oh yeah. That's about it. Anything you want to add or ask me regarding my negatives?
Nothing much else. But yeah, nothing much else.
Okay. So, before we move on to our next time discussions, I do have some general stuff to talk about that doesn't necessarily fall under pros or cons. So I like how like King Byogen was pretty much trying to use Rat Stream. I kind of found that hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Or just enjoying it becoming the new bootlegger after his passing.
I think it's more of secret admirer.
Yeah, well, she joined in like in the episode. She just like, all right, even though she hated the rat, she just like immediately agreed with King Byogen like a total yes woman.
Yeah, because
that was hilarious.
With like Shioden, she's not like Rat Scream who was just trying to use him.
But she's basically trying. She's like that kid who's trying to impress the boy she's in love with.
Yeah, pretty much. You know. So
just agree with whatever. Just agree with whatever crap he. Just agree like if he likes football, she'd say, "I'm the biggest football fan ever," and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, at least she hasn't gone full on yandere, so. But I also found it really interesting. The bad guys really don't know much about Kill Earth. Like they kind of think that she's a different person, but they really don't know the details. So I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah, it might be just that King Byogen is concerned if it's not the exact same person, at least.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they got
a clone, basically. So
got another color, you know. Oh, any other general stuff you want to mention?
Not too much else.
Okay, so let's talk about next time. What are you thinking about the next episode?
It looks interesting, at least by the looks of it. It's going to be a Chiyu Asumi episode where they might finally address her having limitations that most likely involving latte.
And we kind of saw them kind of hinting at that this episode, because before they transform, we saw like latte get really tired and stuff. So it felt like they are kind of like hinting at it, because it seems like there's gonna be some stuff happening to like latte. Like they make it sound like latte is disappearing or something, and it shouldn't causing like Asumi to disappear.
Because Asumi was created specifically to protect latte. So if she can't fulfill that mission, then she's
poof.
Then her existence can't maintain.
Yeah. So it seems like they're going to really explore that, and that's interesting. So I do wonder if they are going to tell like a power limited how they are going to handle it, because I still want to like to still like fight and stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anything you want to say?
Nope.
No more thoughts for next week's episode?
Just I hope that they address it and maybe also develop Chiyu's character though in the process.
Yeah. Next week looks like a good episode, but that's a show if I really mentioned. But I really did enjoy this week's episode. It's like, maybe it's because of like everything's going on, everything I'm going for. I don't know. It felt like a feel good episode to me. Did you feel that way?
I enjoyed it. I make a big stink about Aoyama's animation, but again, as long as the story is good.
I mean, that's kind of your thing, though, right?
As long as they keep him around, I'll make a stink about it.
But yeah, I don't know. This week's episode felt wholesome to me. Did you feel that way or no? Is it just me?
Yeah. Wholesome, but also it actually progressed stuff. So that's
yeah. Like wholesome can still progress stuff. Wholesome doesn't just mean like cute anime girls. You can have like wholesome stuff that like develops and progress things. So I very liked this episode. I hope we get more of this episode, because this is like one of the shows I'm really starting to enjoy watching more, unlike some other toy shows, which I haven't watched that episode. I don't know. I'm gonna just hold off. It's not, since I'm not doing Aftershow anymore, it doesn't have to be watched right away. So
yeah,
and based on the previews, I don't think I'm missing out much. So, but yeah, any final words you want to tell people watching this video?
Nothing much else.
Yeah, go watch his Precure, and you're still doing Doremi right now too, right?
Yeah, currently writing the script.
Cool. How have you been enjoying that?
Been enjoying it so far.
That's cool. I haven't started like watching it yet, because I plan to do some kind of like, once you're done with your like, I can't remember how many episodes the like first season has. I think it's like 48 or like 50. Once you're done doing all those episodes, which probably be a while, but once you're done reviewing all those episodes, we'll do a thing here. But
yeah,
and then until then, But so yeah, guys, thank you for watching this week's Aftershow. This has been Anime Aftershows, weekly by high quality aftershows of your favorite anime. I have been your host, Nanohero. You can follow me at The Real Nanohero and at twitch.tv/Nanohero. Our other host for today's episode has featured Adam from Azenzone. Check them out at Adam Kiyosaki and at youtube.com/AZENZO E. Anime Aftershows is created, owned, and played by me, Nanohero. You can follow me at The Real Nanohero. Our intro and outro music is done by Xavier Salvador. Make sure you check out our other brands and channels, including Nano's Indie Cafe. More info is in the description. Make sure to also follow us on social media at Anime Aftershows. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, and ring that bell. If you listen to something like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, make sure to follow or subscribe and leave us a rating. We hope to see you all in a future Anime After Show.